Lovelies. Hello. Welcome to the Yoga Teacher Collaborative. We're just going to take a minute to see that this is live, check all the tech is good. So if you are already with us, just drop a little hello, let me know that you are here. Remember, we spoke, I'm just pulling this up on my computer. We spoke last time about getting more depth and meaning out of social media, and part of that being actually interacting, having conversations with real people. If you want engagement, give engagement. You want connection, connect. So if you're here, I know a lot of people do this on the replay, but if you're here, drop me a hello. If you're listening to the podcast, you can reach out on social media or here inside the Yoga Teacher Collaborative. But as you get busy typing in the comments, let us begin. Welcome to the Yoga Teacher Collaborative podcast and the weekly live show inside the Yoga Teacher Collaborative Facebook group. Today we are looking at pricing and how pricing isn't everything. It is a session to help you with your business. It is a session to help you get clear on your offerings and what you're marketing to people. And it's a really important topic. But before we dive in, if you are new to the Yoga Teacher Collaborative, you're new to the podcast, welcome. My name is Laura Green. I am a yoga teacher and a business mentor for yoga teachers. I've been teaching for 15 years, running retreats for over a decade, and I love to share support for you as a teacher and for you in your business, because I think yoga teachers deserve to thrive with businesses, classes, retreats, workshops that fulfill your soul and also support you financially. So yes, today we are looking about price and how it's not all about price. One of the most consistent questions I get asked in mentorship, I get asked inside our Facebook group, is about price. About early birds, about discounts. And I know we tie ourselves up in knots over pricing things. But actually, I think that is putting a lot of the emphasis in the wrong place. We worry as yoga teachers when something isn't getting the numbers we want. If your classes aren't getting the numbers you want, if you put on a pop-up restorative class or a workshop or a half-day retreat or a whole-day retreat or a retreat abroad, we really fixate on the price and we really worry about being too expensive. And yes, we want yoga to be accessible as to a wider audience as possible, but we can do that across a variety of different offerings. Not everything inside of your business has to be affordable for everyone. So for instance, when I'm working as a mentor, I give a lot of free work. Right now, this podcast is for free. We've got freebies on the website. I give so much away for free because I want support as a yoga teacher to be accessible to as wide an audience as possible. But then we do mentorship programs and they come with a price point that isn't always affordable for everybody. And then we have high touch, intimate weekend retreats where it's just me and 10 other yoga teachers. They are more expensive and not accessible for everybody. But I couldn't run those weekend retreats if I made the price point accessible for everyone. Yet I know I give a lot of free support, so there is something for everyone. So I really want you to take that on board. Yes, yoga teachers, we're beautifully kind, generous souls, and we want our work to be accessible. But that doesn't help you. So you want to have things that you offer that are free tasters, free classes, free videos, free downloads, so people can dip their toe in that way. And then the more intimate, the more in-depth, the more special an event is, invariably the price point does rise. And that helps you to do more affordable work as well. So not everything has to be affordable. And please don't tie yourself up in knots about worrying if something is too expensive. The market needs choice. Think about it in restaurants. You can go to McDonald's or you could go to a Michelin star restaurant in your same town. Not sure if we have any Michelin star restaurants in Southampton, but you know what I mean. And there is choice. Everybody could go out and get something, but there is choice dependent on your budget. The Michelin star restaurant is not worrying about whether it's affordable to everybody. It knows that in and amongst the food industry, everyone's covered. Okay, so if it's not all about price, invariably it is about messaging. Okay, we're going to go into some details on pricing in a moment as well, but it's really about messaging. So if you are putting a workshop out, you're putting a day retreat out, you're putting a course out, and it's not selling, it's not normally the price that is stopping it from selling. It is normally the messaging. And messaging is about communicating the value of something, because many people are happy to pay full price for something. They don't want a discount. If they see the value, if they know the worth and the price feels fair. Lots of people, in fact, don't want discounts because they want to pay the fair amount for the service, the value they are receiving. So it's really about communicating the worth of what you're offering. So when you are creating an offer and communicating worth, it is about what is the value of the event, what is the transformation that someone is going to go on in that event, and what is the impact. So, I'm teaching a restorative class tonight. What is the value of that restorative class? What is the value of having 90 minutes of sacred, protected space for deep rest and relaxation? What is the transformation for somebody on a Friday? They've had a busy working week. Maybe their nervous system is a little heightened. Maybe they're feeling stressed. Maybe they're feeling anxious. Maybe there's some tightness in the body from working at their desk all week. And they don't want to carry that stress into the weekend. They want to be able to be present for their friends, their family, their social engagements in the weekend, rather than using the weekend to recover from the week. So the value of a Friday night restorative is to help someone rest, recharge, reboot, so that they can live their weekend with more vibrancy, more passion, more presence with the people in their life. What is the transformation? Come to restorative yoga on a Friday night, and at the end of 90 minutes, forget your week, downregulate your nervous system, feel a deep sense of peace, rest, and connection and presence so that you can ease into your weekend. What is the transformation? And everything has a transformation. Even if it's a 90-minute restorative class, you arrive feeling one way, you leave feeling another way. And then that transformation is only more when the time spent with you is longer. So if someone is with you for 3 hours for a half-day retreat, they can go on more of a transformation. If someone's with you for a whole day, how they feel at the end of the day is going to be very different to how they feel at the beginning of the day. What they could have learned in a day that they can then impact into their life, bring into their life ongoing. What someone's going to get from a whole weekend retreat with you, a whole week retreat, a whole year-long course. The longer someone spends with you, the more of a transformation, the more of a journey they're going on. That is what you want to communicate to get the value of the price of the event you are running. Value, transformation, impact. When you communicate that clearly, people are happy to pay the fair amount for that offering. And then it's about the clarity of the offer that you are making. People don't like paying for something when there isn't a clarity around it. So for instance, tomorrow, Saturday, my husband and I are going for a night away. we've been really busy, we haven't had much time together, things are a bit tricky at the moment, so we're going to have some quality time together. And I found a hotel I liked the look of, but the website wasn't clear. It said there was a spa, but it didn't say if you could go into the spa, kind of didn't say what you were getting, and the hotel is quite expensive. So I was unsure about booking it. But then I decided to ring them. And on the phone with them, I said, oh, I understand your check-in's from 3. She's like, no, you arrive at 9 a.m. in the morning. You don't check into your room till 3, but you arrive at 9 a.m. We greet you in the spa. You have a 3-hour journey in the spa. They hadn't even communicated that that was included in the room price. So you have a 3-hour journey in the spa, and then we have a 90-minute guided walk around our grounds, learning about permaculture, learning about our farm-to-table food, learning about all the biodiversity on the land. Then after you've done that walk of the estate, you have afternoon tea. Then you check into the room. Then you have your dinner, and then the following morning there is a dip in the lake. And then you have breakfast, and then you have the spa. Once I understood that, their price felt fair value. But I almost didn't book because they didn't explain the clarity of that in any of their marketing. So I didn't know it wasn't just a normal one night in a hotel. You have to have clarity in your offer. And yoga teachers include so much in our offerings that you don't think to share to someone. So what is the clarity of the offer? What is the experience I'm getting? So the experience of, say, tonight I've got a restorative yoga class. So the experience is 90 minutes of deep rest and relaxation. It is also a Pisces new moon. So it will come with new moon journaling to tap into the most powerful new moon of the year. There will be sound healing and a yoga nidra to access that Pisces dream-like space. And all of these things I could have not bothered to explain because, it's just a restorative. Okay? But what is the experience? Are you being greeted with aromatherapy journey? Are you being greeted with a cup of herbal tea? What is the whole experience? And explain and describe the experience. Then from actually what is the experience, what is the feeling? People buy from emotion. Price is only one small factor of why people buy. We buy from emotion first and logic second. So yes, the logic wants to know what's included, but the feeling is talk me through the experience. Enter into a quiet, secluded paradise. What is the experience? Then what is the feeling? As soon as you start talking into feeling, you're tapping into my emotions. Okay? What is the feeling of the event? Be cocooned in, be enveloped in a deep calm. Find peace and deep stillness within you. What is the feeling of the event that I'm walking into? What is the feeling that I will have on leaving? And yes, what's included? Make it very, very clear what is included and what is the journey? How am I going to arrive and how am I going to feel when I leave? You really want to have that clarity of offer. And a really good way to help you unearth what is the feeling, what is the experience, what is the journey, is to ask yourself, why did I create it? Why did you create this? Why have I been teaching restorative yoga for over 12, 13 years? Why? Why do I create it? And normally that why, especially for us as yoga teachers, is you have created something that you wanted. Either you have been to it and you loved it. I remember the first restorative class I went to and I was like, how did I not know about this? How did I not know? I remember the first yoga nidra. And other things I create, it's because they didn't exist. like my mentorship program. No one held my hand and showed me how to set up a yoga business. So I created something I wanted. So either when you're creating an offering, it's because it's a wonderful experience you've had and you want to give it to others now, or it's an experience you crave. So really go into what is the why, because passion sells. If you can speak passionately about something, people buy into your energy and they want it, because you are only passionate about something that is good, that has worth, that has impact, that makes a difference. So tap into your why, your passion, and then right from that, experience, feel, journey. Yes, what's included, and then yes, what's the price of it? But don't overemphasize price. It's rarely someone's driving decision maker. And of course it is sometimes, and sometimes things are about price. There's a weekend retreat that I'm desperate to go on up in Lincoln, and I was waiting for the dates to come out. The dates came out. I can do the dates, and then I saw the price, and it's 2,400 euros for 2 nights. And I was out then, immediately out. But that doesn't mean that that person needed to price it differently. I'm sure he'll have lots of people that can attend that event. I just wasn't the target audience. And I've not worked with this person before. I'm sure probably the rest of the people have. So price, yes, was the reason I said no to that event. But it doesn't mean the price needs to change. I just wasn't the target audience for that event. Okay. People buy when they feel connected. I've already sort of said that. People buy from emotion. So if you can connect with your passion, you can connect with someone about what the transformation is, what the journey, what the value, what the experience is, they're going to feel connected and they're more likely to buy it. Now let's get out of some of that kind of mindset headspace and look at something a little bit more practical. If you are running an event and it's not selling, it is due to, as I've said, A, the messaging, and that can simply be the name of it. When I have an event that is not selling, the first thing I change is the name, not the price. The name and the message. And time again, that changes it. I've given you this example before that I put on an event online, I think it was on the 30th of December, that I called Celestial Recharge. It wasn't selling because there wasn't clarity in the name. I changed the name to New Moon Yoga and Astrology for 2025. And it sold out because there was clarity in the name. So if you are having something that's not selling, please look at your name. And is the name of the offer clear? Someone in this group this week explained about a yoga class they were struggling to fill. It was the name. It was all in the name. Your names have to be really clear. And then if you want to be clever on something, that goes in the tagline under the name. So it could be, New Moon Yoga and Astrology for 2025 workshop. Underneath, Celestial Recharge. Okay, so you can have the poetry in your names as the tagline. Other reason things don't sell is invariably not understanding your funnel. People that come to events with you highly likely have done a class with you first. You need to be building up a community of regular weekly students that you launch your events into that community. So that means you want to be having 3, 4 well-attended classes built up before you add events to your business model. If you are putting on events and you don't have a community to launch that event into, you are making extra hard work for yourself because you're trying to sell an experience to people that don't know you yet. So I know it's a bit boring, but bread and butter, focus on building up your in-person classes for the first year to 18 months of your business. Then if you've got 3 to 4 classes well attended, then layer in events. So you've got to understand the funnel, which means you've got to be marketing to the right people, the people that want your offer and probably already know you are in your community. Now let's look at discounts, because this is what started this conversation, was somebody asking me about early bird pricing. I very rarely do early bird pricing. The only thing I'll sometimes do an incentive on is actually my mentorship program, because yoga teachers are really good at talking ourselves out of investing in our own business. But in my normal yoga business, my classes, my pop-up events, my workshops, my day retreats, my weekend retreats, my retreats abroad, I never discount and I never early bird price, because I don't believe my audience want a discount. And retreats, workshops, events, they're not the affordable part of my business. My weekly classes are the affordable part. So you need to ask yourself, with early bird pricing and discounts, what are you training your audience to believe about your business? Do you want to be a premium brand, or do you want to be a discount store? Think about premium brands. Yes, there's premium brands that are just pure luxury, but then there are premium brands that are consistent, reliable, do what they say, you're going to have a good experience, they're solid. And that's the kind of brand I want to have. I'm not a luxury brand at all, but I am a reliable, good, fair value brand. You trust that you are going to get what I promise. You trust that you're going to have a really good experience, that it's going to be a fair value for money. My audience trust that. I don't want to be a discount store. Do you want to be a discount store? Do you want to be the Poundland for yoga? I don't. And I have free videos on YouTube. I do a lot of free work to support people who can't afford my yoga at this stage. But I'm not a discount store. So really, when you are putting on a lot of discounts and you're putting on early bird pricing, you are telling your audience that you don't value the transformation that you are giving, that you don't value your work. You want to train them that you are a premium brand, that it is a fair value, that you give value and impact, that you have fair pricing. So no, not discounting, my loves. And if you do want to incentivize people to book earlier, we need to understand human psychology around buying timelines. Some people are very organized and like to book things very far in advance. I do. I've normally booked the holidays a year out. Other people aren't. They're either more spur of the moment or spontaneous, or they've got other things in their life to sort out. They've got to sort out the kids. They've got to sort out the other family members. They've got to sort out commitments at work. Maybe they have shift patterns and they've got to wait for their monthly shifts to come out. Some people just cannot book early. And early bird pricing, therefore, just doesn't make me feel comfortable. I don't like the idea that there's someone in the workshop that's paid £20 and someone in the workshop that's paid £28 and they're getting the same offering. That doesn't feel like fair pricing, and nor do I want to penalize the people by making them pay more that cannot book ahead of time. Okay? It just doesn't feel fair for me. And fair is one of the main values of my brand. So how could you positively incentivize those that are able to book ahead of time? So what are things that you could add? So it might be like, for the first 5 people that book, and then you're offering something, and you want that offering to be financially affordable to you. So for a start, what could you offer that's not going to cost anything? So say restorative. The first 3 people to book will get a massage in Shavasana. If it's a more expensive, say it's a 5-week restorative yoga course, the first 5 people to book will get a handmade eye mask. It's a retreat. The first 5 people to book will get a luxury goodie bag. Okay, so So think, how can you incentivize? And that's one that works really well for me on mentorship. So I'll often say, if you pay in full or if you book by the end of this month, it includes an extra 45-minute one-to-one with me. So I would rather reward you for booking early rather than financially penalize those who can't book ahead of time. And it does feel like a financially penalizing them rather than, discounting the early people. It just doesn't feel right. So think always, how can I spoil everyone? How can I delight everybody? How can I go the extra mile for everyone to seem welcomed, appreciated, loved, cared for, that they're here? So go above and beyond rather than discounting, rather than cutting back, give more. Okay, darlings, I think that was roughly what I wanted to cover today. So don't stress so much about price. And I see this time and time again. So for instance, day retreats, I have 2 venues. One of my venues I can take 18, one of my venues I take 28. So last year I was pricing them differently. The one that could take 28 was £95. The one that could take 18, I charged that at £125. And I noticed there was absolutely no difference in how quickly those events sold out. The price made no difference whatsoever. And that's quite a big price difference, £125 to £95. It made no difference. So this year, all of my retreats are £125 day retreats. Okay, so don't stress over the price. Think about messaging, value, clarity of the offer, clarity in the name. What's the experience? Really communicate with clarity, with feeling, with passion, and honor the value of what you do. You are not a discount store. Okay, my lovelies, that is it for today. Thank you for being here. Jane, thank you for being here live. Becca, thank you for live. Kajal, live. Tony, thank you for being here live. I've loved having you here with me today. And yes, I'm hoping to really enjoy that hotel on Saturday. And we'll see if I do the cold water immersion. We will see. Otherwise, I don't think we have a live next week. We might do. I'm running a retreat, but we'll see how that goes. If I can, we will be here live. If not, I'll see you the week after. Have a lovely weekend, darlings. Bye for now.